Hello everyone, so today I'm going to attempt to fix this fuel pump on a 2004 Toyota Celica. The pump's not working at all, so we have a new pump, so we're going to fit the new pump and see if we can get it to work. So hopefully we can do something with it, but I've never taken one apart before, so I don't really know what I'm doing, so we're going to be learning as we go. I've already unplugged the float and disconnected the float because it is very corroded, so it's not working at all, but it is very corroded and very green, so I'm going to try my best to clean it up, and even if it just lasts a little bit for him to try and get it to work, because the car's been sat for a long time. I believe it's about 9 years, so the fuel pumps just gave up. It's not doing anything. I've already tested it, and I haven't got any of the seals, but like I said, it's only until you can get a new one. It's just replace the pump at the minute and see where we go from there, but it's just going to be trial and error. Can't guarantee it's going to work, can't say it is going to work or isn't. So let's try and get it apart and see how bad it is. So a couple of clips on the side by the looks of it to get the bottom off. Hopefully we can get that out. The bag's torn, I don't know whether it's going to make any difference, but we'll try and do something with it. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So it definitely needs a clean. It is disgusting. Don't know whether that's meant to be there or whether it's a grease, but doesn't smell or look. It's like a rubber, like old nasty fuel. It's not the nicest by all means. Yeah, it's very gunky, so let me try and get that out and I'll be with you. So I've managed to clean it up as best as I can. On top of here there's like a little it's like a circle pin, just slips over the pin and then just holds it all in place. I'll have to see if I've got anything to try and fix it, but not that you could really see it. It's just a tiny little pin, like washer, with some teeth on the inside that just keeps it all shut. So hopefully I can straighten it out or find another one, but let's see if we can pop the filter off, which is very, very gunked up. So now we can see the motor. So what I'm going to try and do, so the motor fell out. It's not really doing much. I'm guessing it sits in like a recess or something on the inside. I ain't really going to know until I get it out. But yeah, I would say that motor's definitely gone. But let's see if we can get the top cover off without breaking anything, because the more we can save, even just to get it running so we know this is the problem, and then we can replace it with a brand new one and see if it'll go that way. So let's try and get this open. So I'm going to use 2 pry bars to see if I can just get it to move. It is, but it looks like it's going to be very awkward to do by the looks of it. So looks like I'm going to have a little bit of fun trying to get this out. Probably going to be a couple of screwdrivers to try and get it to move. So you'll have to bear with me. So we managed to get it open, and hopefully it comes out quite nicely with a plug. Right, let's set that bit aside. It is very caked up. I'm probably not going to be able to do a lot with it, but if we can get it working, all well and good. But the motor is pretty much knackered. It's rusty, it's caked, everything's coming off it. Let's take that spacer off so it goes with them facing up. So the pump itself is absolutely knackered. It's pretty much corroded itself, and not very appetizing to look at. All the seals on the inside look good. I think we're just going to clean it up and see how we get on by putting the new pump in. So hopefully we can do something. We just clean it all up best as we can. Use some brake and clutch cleaner. And give it a nice clean. I'll show you what it looks like cleaned up in a minute. So I've cleaned everything up as best as I can. So it all looks nice. But what I want to do before I put it in is make sure we've got a good connection to the pump. So I've got my little rig that I used for my injectors to clean them, just to make sure we've got power. if I can remember what side's what. So blue's positive, which is nearest to me. Make sure we've got some noise. And we've got noise. So we know that the wire from the top of the sender, when it wants to come out, there you go. So we know the wire from here and here has got a good earth. So we know all this is good. So set that to one side, and we will fit the pump, new pump in. So that goes in there like that. So it just slots into the top. So the bottom of, where's the old one? This part of the pump goes in here onto a rubber seal, so it will pump through here and obviously suck from the bottom. So that's that bit in. I will clean up this as best as I can now and try and repair it as best I can for the minute, so I know all is good, but we'll put that on last. So we build the top of the pump up first, because we've still got to try and clean up the actual sender itself, because it is very corroded. It might not work, but I can try something with it. So if we go back to the top of the pump, so I just had to pull the pump out because I forgot to put the spacer back on top of here, which obviously stop it going all the way up. So we will try again. Goes in there. So we plug it back into the top. And there was nothing else to go in there. So if we move the wires out of the way, before I clip it in, let me make sure it's got power. Make sure it's got power from the top. Blue was positive, wasn't it? Yeah, she's making a noise. Let's disconnect that. And then we will hopefully pop it all back together. So I don't know. That going to there, that going to there. So obviously should, as long as all is lined up, which it is, all pop back together so we're complete again. We'll give it a test one more time because I like to double check everything when we put it back together. And it is now making a noise still. So that's the pump back together from the top. All we need to do is the sender unit from the bottom. But like I said, we need to clean all that up now. So I will show you that in a second once I've cleaned it, because I don't want to bore you with it all. Right, so I've got a little bit of electrical contact cleaner. I'm going to try and just clean up the inside a little bit as best as I can. See if we can get some sort of connection. Don't know whether it's going to work, it's just trial and error because it's not even registering on the gauge as doing anything, so it might itself be beyond saving. Might have to order another one, but if I could just give it a light wire brush on the inside, just with a fine wire, I might be able to get a connection back. So it is very, very dirty. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it does something. I don't know how I'm gonna get, I don't know if you can see it on the inside when it focuses. It's very blue, so I might be able to, it's gone out of focus again, clean it a little bit with a screwdriver or something. Just to get it back, but it might be too far gone sitting in one place. It's just a little trial. Might try and get a screwdriver on the inside. Not on the actual panel itself, because I think that'd be okay. Just on the little electrical connector here and here, to see if we can regain a little bit more, what's the word we're looking for? Power to the board, because obviously very corroded, but it might not work. So I'm running out of light in here at the minute, so let me plug this in. So hopefully the little bit of light, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. Let's see if we can get some of these connections back. might not work. Like I said, I know I keep repeating it, but I'm just hoping so I don't have to take it all apart again, that I can save it. But I won't know until it's in the car to whether we've got anything there. So I just keep cleaning away. I've got a little bit more shine on it all now, so hopefully all will be good. So let's clean it. It's looking a lot better than it was. I think if we just keep at it, I might be able to do something, but I won't bore you with that, so I'll show you when it's done. So I don't know whether you'd see it, but probably better without the light, to be fair. I've cleaned it up as best as I can. Both sides and the plug as well. It's a lot better than it was. Not that you can really see it, but it is better. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you can see it's a lot shinier, so it should have better contact. Everything's a lot nicer. So we will put it back together. Right, so I'm going to try and put the float back on. So there's a little groove here to here, but I believe it's got to click into the middle of this to get it where it needs to be. Which is obviously easier said than done. I believe that is where it's meant to be. Yeah, that is in the little, so there's a little lever here. So if you push this down, there's a little groove inside of that. So I'm hoping it will go down. It is a bit stiff, doesn't come back down freely, but I'm sure once it's got something on it, a bit of lubricant on it, it should. Yeah, that bit of lubricant, it should slide a little bit easier, because obviously this could be submerged in fuel anyway. So fingers crossed. So all we need to do is put the float back on the top. Well, I believe it's not a float, because obviously this is the float. I think it's the filter. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Like I said, it's my first time doing one, so I don't actually know 100% how everything goes back together or what everything is. So I'm learning as I go. As you all know, that's how I like to work. I'd prefer just to do it myself, have a go. If I mess it up, I mess it up. But if I can get it working, then we save myself money with my cars, and I save my friend whose car this celica is a lot of money in the long run on theirs, so then they don't have to buy a whole new pump. So all we'd have to do is just replace the pump. So fingers crossed, that is all we need, but we will find out in a second. I just need to find a big enough socket so I can whack the little nut back on top to grab it all. So fingers crossed. Right, so here's the float slash filter, whatever you want to call it. It is a bit manky, but we might just have to clean it or just get a new one. They're probably cheap enough anyway, but like I said, we just want to get the car started first, and then we can get everything else done after it's started. At least we know what the little problems are. So I believe this just pushes onto the top of here, and then this little clip goes on the top like so. I've got a little tap hammer. I'm probably going to need 2 hands to do this, but we'll try it anyway. Hopefully we can get it on without breaking anything. So I would say it's on. While it's on, we'll just give it a little spruce up. At least we can see 100% it's on. So I would say that's on, holding firmly. Then we've got a little end cap, which should go back over the top and clip on like so. And here we have the fuel pump back together. I hope you enjoyed my video. Like I said, I'll do a video on testing it in the car, but before we go, I will test it one last time so I know 100% it's working. And it's making a sound. So thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if I've done anything wrong, please tell me, because I would rather know for the next time, if I have to do it again, whether I've done it right. See you on the next one.